Welcome to Healthy Grandpa Secrets and Him, where growing older means growing stronger. Let's make these years your healthiest yet.
She was 69 when the doctor looked her in the eye and said something no one wants to hear. You need to prepare for limited mobility. Within a year or two, you'll likely need a wheelchair. Her knees were inflamed, her back ached every morning, and just getting up from the sofa felt like climbing a mountain. But Ruth, a retired school teacher from North Carolina, didn't accept that sentence. Not without a fight. Today, at 88 years old, Ruth doesn't just walk, she hikes. She gardens. She volunteers. She even leads a stretching class for other seniors at her local community center. How'd she go from nearly wheelchair-bound to outpacing people half her age? Ruth's story isn't just inspiring. It holds powerful secrets every senior should know. Ruth's journey began on a chilly March morning, just a week after that fateful doctor visit. She was watching an old documentary about Japanese centenarians, seniors who lived past 100. They moved gracefully, smiled, cooked, played with grandchildren. One phrase jumped out at her: "Motion is lotion." That stuck. That day, Ruth made a promise to herself to move every single day, no matter how small. Her first movement wasn't fancy. She sat in a chair and gently lifted one leg at a time. 10 reps, then her arms. She winced with every movement, but she kept going. The next day, she added 5 more reps. By the end of the week, she was walking around her kitchen holding the back of a chair. It wasn't much, but it was momentum. But Ruth knew movement alone wouldn't fix everything. Her joints still felt like rusted hinges. That's when she started researching inflammation, and what she discovered changed everything. She learned about the silent inflammation caused by her diet. Her favorite breakfast? Flaky croissants and jam. Lunch? Processed deli meats on white bread. These were spiking her inflammation and accelerating her joint damage. So, she made 3 big changes. First, she swapped her breakfast for a bowl of warm oats with turmeric, chia seeds, and blueberries. The turmeric helped calm her inflammation. The chia added omega-3s for joint lubrication, and the blueberries acted as natural antioxidants. Second, she added something called bone broth. Every evening, Ruth sipped a cup of homemade bone broth filled with collagen, amino acids, and minerals that support joint repair. She swears this alone cut her knee pain in half within 3 weeks. Third, she started adding more living foods. Fermented sauerkraut, Greek yogurt, and kefir became staples. These boosted her gut health, which studies now link directly to reduced systemic inflammation. And she didn't stop there. Ruth also tackled her posture, something most people ignore. She realized her back pain wasn't just from aging, but from years of sitting and slouching. So she began doing something called wall angels every morning. She'd stand with her back flat against the wall, arms raised, and slowly raise and lower them like a snow angel. At first it burned, but after a few weeks, she stood straighter and felt taller. But here's the secret Ruth almost didn't share. Her daily 15-minute routine she calls the Joint Saver. It includes 3 stretches, 2 strength exercises, and 1 breathing ritual. First stretch, seated hamstring stretch, helps relieve pressure from the lower back. Second, cat-cow stretch, opens up the spine and gets synovial fluid moving in the joints. Third, the doorway pec stretch to undo years of shoulder tension. Strength move 1, sit to stand from a chair. This simple exercise strengthened her legs and built the muscles around her knees. Strength move 2, shoulder raises with soup cans. It restored strength in her upper body. And finally, her breathing ritual, 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This calmed her nervous system and reduced cortisol, the stress hormone that also causes joint inflammation. But the real magic? Ruth did this every day for 30 days. No excuses, no skipping. And after those 30 days, she didn't stop. She built on it. She added short walks after dinner, started drinking more water with lemon to help flush out toxins. She cut sugar by 90%, saying goodbye to soda and packaged cookies. And here's something most people don't know. Ruth got serious about magnesium. Her doctor recommended a magnesium glycinate supplement to help her muscles relax and improve her sleep. Within a week, she was waking up with less stiffness and more energy. Another unexpected trick, she began taking short cold showers, just 30 seconds at the end of her regular warm shower. Cold exposure, it turns out, helps reduce joint inflammation and boost circulation. Ruth says it was tough at first, but now she looks forward to it. By the time Ruth turned 71, she shocked her doctor. "Your knees look better than they did 5 years ago," he told her. She laughed. "That's because I finally took charge," she said. And he agreed. At 75, Ruth joined a senior walking club. At 80, she led it. And at 85, she took her first hike through the Blue Ridge Mountains, something she'd always dreamed of doing. Now, at 88, Ruth's story is spreading across her town. She's become a local legend. But she always tells people one thing: "I didn't do anything fancy. I just moved. I ate what my body needed. And I stayed curious." Her biggest advice for anyone over 60 who's been told it's too late: don't wait for someone to save you. Don't wait for the pain to get worse. Start today, even if it's just one stretch, one swap, one deep breath. Because the body is always listening. And when you treat it with care, it responds. So whether you're 60, 70, or 80, remember Ruth. The woman who turned a doctor's warning into a personal revolution. The woman who was supposed to be in a wheelchair, but instead is out walking circles around everyone else.